Okay, hopefully the internet will function today in a way that it has been a little spotty lately, but I'd hope that it won't be this time. That still looks not quite right. Okay. I was about to do a preview adjustment test thing and I accidentally possibly revealed something that I shouldn't have revealed, so hopefully nobody saw that. But so, Alphabet Stream 22, plan is to just start with doing more of collection. I'm quitting this part of collection because I already looked through it. So where's the exit? I don't actually know where the exit is, but it won't let me leave this way. That's not the exit. That's a convoluted mess to walk back through. But okay. Does collection even support returning to the hub? Okay, seems like it does. Okay, so I saw like 2 parts of collection before, and I figured I might as well look at more of the parts now. Let's see, is this one I did? I don't think so. Puzzles based on a variety of different elements and styles? Styles are not a puzzle type thing, they're a decorative type thing, but okay. Maybe I misunderstand what we mean by style. Okay, easier puzzles, hard puzzles. What's this sign say? Does this sign say anything? We're gonna look at easier puzzles first. My feet will get a little wet. Okay, sure. I see a Wraithwing, so I'm gonna ignore that one for now. I did read that sign correctly, right? This is supposed to be the easier one. Why is there a rock golems? Why is there a snake and rock golems and all this mess? So, what is this? The description of what kind of puzzles this is supposed to be was really hopelessly vague, so I really don't know what the theme is supposed to be. I just know that there's a snake here, and I probably have to kill golems in a way that makes the snake go to this button for me. After I release it, of course. This is deep water. So I probably started wrong, just kind of pushed the rock golems into places that are going to be hard to get them to where I actually need to kill them. Would you stop? Man, that guy's a jerk. Okay, so I think I have to have one where I'm standing right now, but there's absolutely no way to put a rock golem here, because I can't lure him onto this space. So we're already having a problem. I guess I'll just have to hope the snake decides to go the right way for that one part. And so, the next place I would want a rock golem would be about south of this checkpoint, perhaps? Anywhere it looks kinda like you can't go because of the water is going to be a diagonal move, so that's going to be a place that I don't have to worry about the snake going to. So I only need to block things that look like they're on the same island, and presumably only some very specific spots on that, out of that set of spots. So I know I won't want the snake going over this way, so I can kill a guy right there if I get a guy right there. Don't want a snake going that way. Probably good to put... oh. Disconnected, reconnecting. That's not good. I'm getting a 0 kilobytes per second, which is not good. Okay, I hope that it's back up. I don't know what just happened or why. It just completely disconnected itself. I have a huge number of dropped frames. This is just like what happened last time I tried to stream something. I don't know what's going on, but something is wrong with the internet. 0 kilobytes per second. We really like to see that. What the heck? Maybe if I kick this, it'll behave. Okay, is it gonna work now? It'd be really nice if it would work now. It looks, maybe it's stable again? Okay, so we're trying to direct the snake to go exactly where we want the snake to go, because that's always a thing that I'm very good at, and not at all my worst category. Okay, I'm pretty sure this will be good. Oh, come on! Now it says 0 again. This is just not acceptable. Okay, if my connection can function for 2 seconds of me talking, that would be really helpful. Like, extremely so. I think I have to put another golem here somewhere. Like, probably, I don't know, here? This is my wild guess as to what the heck I'm supposed to do here. Okay, he didn't go into that hole that I thought he might not go into. Okay, I didn't realize that did that, but... Alright then, I solved a puzzle while my stream decided not to work at all. Here we have a Wraithwing and 2 roaches, so at least we don't have 2 Wraithwings. What is the goal of this room? What's this do? This does that. That opens that. Okay, I think it should be alright now for a while, hopefully. So what do I want here? I guess this looks like I need to stick the roach on that button and make him stay there, in which case that requires me to get the Wraithwing to block the roach. As it stands, the Wraithwing does not even want to go anywhere near where I want him to go. Oh, good heck. I feel like I should... Okay, well, maybe it's back up. It's giving me red and yellow colors, which is probably not great, but at least it's not 0 again. It was working fine the last time I did Alphabet Stream, 2 weeks ago. I streamed Kingdom Hearts 2 one time, and then it decides it wants to disconnect itself. What the heck? Come on. Work. Okay. Be nice if I could have a stream going for more than 2 seconds at a time. I haven't solved this room yet. I've been too busy trying to solve these other problems I have. Okay, that's all I had to do with this room, I presume. Fairly easy. And when I say last week, I mean like a week ago, like yesterday and then go back 7 days. Alright. So, apparently there were only 2 easier puzzles you could think of. And everything else will be hard puzzles? Let's just see what happens. Okay, here we have trapdoors for some reason. And also a bunch of Wraithwings to kill. My first instinct, of course, is to kill all the Wraithwings right away. But it seems I need some magic configuration where I can just kill 2 of them one after the other. I had no idea how to do that. Or I guess this will work. Okay, why was this in the harder puzzles category? 6th place. I think I know what this puzzle is. Okay, I need to set up a double stab somehow or other. I guess put a guy here, maybe? I don't really know what to do here. Like, how do I make this a double stab? Oh, that's how I make that a double stab. So maybe that will... yeah. 3 by something is always cuttable in tar, unless you just can't reach something. Alright. 9th place. Here there's a roach, and it's brained, and I don't know what the point of most of this is. Okay. Something really convoluted involving this roach and brain, I guess. Oh, there's another thing I can kill, I guess. How do I open this door? I don't know what this room is. Like, obviously I'm supposed to do something with that roach, but I have no idea what. Like, why would I want those doors to be shut? This brain is pointless because there's already 2 other brains, so there's no reason to keep that one alive. Cross my fingers, knock on wood, it looks stable right now. But we'll see. What is the point of this? Why is there a roach? What is this roach for? How am I supposed to stand here and stand there? And go up here when there's a roach in the way? I have to get here, I guess? I don't know. I guess I need the roach on this button, which requires me to somehow hit that button without getting hit by the roach. But that's visibly impossible because I can only get to that button if these doors are open, and putting a mirror here or there prevents those doors from being open. I don't know. Oh no, I used the I word again. We've never called it that before, but I might as well. I shouldn't be facing this way. I guess, I don't know. I have no idea how to do this room. You'd need to block off 3 spaces here, for example, or something like that, or like get the roach to chase you in here and then somehow stick a mirror in its way. It seems to require any one of a number of things I don't know how to do. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see any way to gain an extra space to push the mirror in front of that roach. Alright, well this one is actually harder, so maybe I'll go do something else. Well, this looks complicated. Okay, this toggles that for some reason. This does something involving a fire trap. Why do I care about a fire trap? I don't know. This toggles like 17 things. Okay, that's good. That's very good. I guess if I gripe about it enough, it'll decide to work. Okay. So, what is any of this for? Okay, I need to kill this brain, so I need something to stand on there forever. There's water here, so the Onplich can't actually move. So I need something to stand on there, period. So why is there an Onplich when there's already a brain I need to stand on this to open to? I also need to get to this roach, which requires me to hit this button. Hitting this button also does that. I don't know why I care if it does that. These have weird alternating effects on these two checkpoint doors. This opens that, and that's all it does, so I have to do something with the golem? I really am trying to get to, like, convince myself to look at rooms before attempting them, but it almost always is a thing I wind up doing when I... Okay, why do I can just stick a golem on that, and that'll hold the door forever. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can adjust things. This won't go any higher. The recording volume is... Oh, I can amplify it by 10 more. Microphone boost. It may just be that I'm talking really quietly and I shouldn't be. I'm terribly sorry about that. Can you hear me better now? I clicked something that said 10 more decibels to microphone volume. My point is, I have absolutely no idea what this room wants from me. There's like some convoluted mess where I have to, I don't know, put a rattlesnake in a door. Okay, that's good. It's something about brain toggling and like making something ping pong back and forth between two places, but I have absolutely no idea how to accomplish it. Like I have to, I don't know. I think I have to push some monster into this area because I'm disarmed here, so the Onplich will stop me if I try to walk on this button. But I have to walk on this button in order to kill that brain. But beyond that, I'm completely lost as to the point of this room. Like there's 17 different things and all of them are about different things. And that's probably a challenge scroll, I would guess. This is another one with the brain in it. So I could free the rattlesnake for some reason. And what I really need to do is kill these two roaches. These roaches have to be... They close each other's chambers off, so this roach has to be here and that roach has to be there when the other roach steps on the button. Otherwise, you can't... If the roaches are not in those two places, then... Ugh. You can't kill the other roach if the roach is in the wrong place. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, okay. That's sort of like a challenge. So I'm probably not supposed to kill the rattlesnake. This is something about, like, blocking one roach's way with a rattlesnake and like making the mirrors do something magic for me so the other roach goes where I need him to go. I don't know. Oh, another room I don't really know what to do with. But I kind of understand what the idea of it is, probably is. Oh, this room is just another version of that room. With 3 mirrors instead of 2, and you can't attack things with your sword. Okay, let's see another thing. Here's a tar mother not on tar, and a mud mother that is on mud. Interesting. What do I do in this room? Kill the tar stuff? Is this a tar toggling bit? I don't know. Probably? Yep, that's it. This is the property that you can place a tar or mud mother that's not on tar mud stuff. And when you do that, you can create this situation where the player has the option to toggle the tar switch more than once. You can do this with a large number of gel mothers. You can do this several times in a row. Basically, this is easy because I sort of understand what interaction it wants from me. Otherwise, it would be kind of annoying to try and work out. That's my feeling on it anyway. Is this just a brained Omtlich horde? Seems like it. So let's see what I can do about this. The one thing you don't want to happen is to be surrounded, and of course, I mean when it comes to an Omtlich horde, other hordes you can be surrounded and get away with it, like roach hordes even sometimes. But when you're surrounded in an Omtlich horde, they're all... yeah, I'm sure. What was I saying? Oh, right. When you have an Omtlich horde, it's really bad to get surrounded because anytime you're being shot by 2 lasers at once, you have absolutely no way to deal with them. You have no way to move around. I'm trying to see if there's any trick to this, like if, I don't know. There's some way to make them not surround me, for example? I really doubt it. There's always going to be at least a couple that try to go north if I run south as hard as I can, or vice versa. This just seems like it's a straight horde of some sort, and maybe someone found a magic way to do this horde without dying. That looks really neat. I don't know. I mean, I can do this. I can stop some of them for a moment. And then immediately get frozen. Oh, come on! Really? How long has that been going on? Okay, it looks stable again. Let's just get all the stable time we can before OBS just burns itself out of existence or something. And not get as frozen as my connection. Alright. Here there's a bunch of eyes, and there's queens, and they're brained, and nobody want to hit that button. Why is this a door? This is a door so that you can't just stop the queens on their spawns, I presume. So I have to hit those guys. I have to at least be seen by some portion of things. Oh, it's there presumably so they could activate it via scripting and not require me to go to it, not require the player to go to it. All you need is a character that says activate item at as its only command. What in the world? I can't chase queens 2 ways simultaneously. I can't kill the brain fast enough to not have to chase queens. So how is this supposed to be possible? If I make any move past this column whatsoever, at least one queen gets away. And I can only avoid getting seen by the central eye in both of these by going somewhere that makes me seen by most of the eyes or all of the eyes on one side. Basically, I'm either seen by the central eye or by both of the non-central ones for each side. Am I supposed to wait around for roaches to spawn? And then something magical happens with those? I really doubt it. I don't see how roaches way back there could possibly help me here. Well, I don't know what to do here. You basically need to chase queens 2 ways simultaneously. I don't know how to do that. Or exploit some really obscure thing about how brain queens work, which I refuse to attempt to work out. Oh well. At least I can kill the brain if I want. That's satisfying. Ish. Alright. Well, I've seen all of this. That's interesting. Okay, I didn't realize that this was all actually the same level but different pieces of it. That's kind of interesting. But, so let's go back to the hub and see the last of the things in collection now. Which I think is this one, maybe? Fairly tricky time clone rooms. Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar. So let's see what this is about. Oh, okay. This is that other part of the hub that I saw before, sort of. Okay. So here, that sure is a queen. Where do I want the queen to go? I guess on the hot tile? How's the queen supposed to go on a hot tile? Okay, you call that fairly tricky? I call that I solved it by accident. Oh well. I got a tie on a place though. Here there's a place where you have to face north for some reason. You have to face south because of there's a thing that makes it where if you're not facing south then the mimic explodes, and you really don't want the mimic to explode, because if the mimic explodes then the mimic has exploded and you don't want that. Well, this is perplexing. Why don't I just take my sword back and stab it? That might be a problem. Okay, so this is... Hey, guess what? The time clone doesn't affect mimics. So the time clone takes his sword back and kills things. The real Beethro shouldn't have done that. And unintended solution. Almost certainly unintended. There's no way that's what you wanted me to do. I think maybe someone forgot that a time clone can move his sword as much as he wants. I don't really know. I really don't know what the intended solution for that looks like, which is a shame because it's probably more interesting than what I did. That's a thing I bet lots of people could say about rooms I made, though. So I suspect this room has something to do with the fact that disarm tokens affect time clones. And I don't know exactly how it uses that, but it's a fact that's interesting and true. I used this fact in a certain Gentrii-related room set one time. You sure? Okay. We'll see. Alright, so maybe the entire rest of it is just to point out that this is so? I don't know. I'm just going to do this for a moment. Or actually, hold on. So I'm disarmed. I don't really care about those time clones as far as I know. Well, they're going to disappear, aren't they? Okay, hang on. I'm not paying enough attention. I guess I'll see about demos. Let's see. I'll just download a random demo from Kitu Lara. See what happens. Looks like the exact same thing I did. Them's all tooks demo. He takes... Okay, is that it? I guess that could be it, except that doesn't use the stick at all. Are there just nothing but unintended solutions? Did everyone solve this in an unintended way, including the architect? Oh wait, okay, here the time clone has the stick, so that has to be something that's the intended thing. Okay. Alright, so this is supposed to be a room about pushing Beethro away so that he hits the adder despite being in a position where he would normally die from hitting the adder. But then why is there this weird thing with the... Why is there this loop with the sword token? I'm so confused. Does Navith Mastro have a demo? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. It's weird. Let's return our thoughts to this room. So, apparently, as far as I can tell, all I really want to do is... Yeah, okay. This guy stands here a little while, waits for someone to walk past, stands here forever afterward. It's not going to be a very efficient solution, but it's going to be a solution for sure. This guy stands here forever and ever and ever, and nobody cares about him. Oops. We do not want to stab our fellow selves. Alright. I think maybe I'm abusing this disarm token, and I'm not supposed to be doing like this, but... Oh well. I already see a problem with the way I recorded, though. For one thing, I'd like to be facing east. Okay. So, we want this guy to definitely not be in the way of whoever's trying to walk by. So if he's here, we'll be fine. Okay. Next, do not stab myself. Always good advice. You wait around forever, Next. Destroy this mud. Disarm myself. Now what's going to happen, I've got a time clone here. I'm going to arm myself at this point. That will kill the arm myself on the 5th turn, walk east, kill a mud baby. Turn so I'm facing southeast. Go here, that will generate mud babies. Go south. I think this set of sword swings will kill it. Hopefully. Oh. There we go. Yes. Now I just wait around for my own really inefficient move patterns, and I'm done. I'm not sure that was intended either, considering that this disarm token maybe you're not supposed to have used twice, but there's no arrow on it, and there's arrows on all the other disarm tokens. So maybe the puzzle is, hey, use the disarm token twice instead of once. I don't know. I've gotta... This is a situation where I feel like I'd really like to have the architect in the chat so he can say, yes, this was intended, or no, this was very not intended. What's this mimic for exactly? Is that what the mimic's for? I guess I can't... Okay, the mimic's probably just to declare... Stepping on that made my feet tingle. That's nice. Does the time clone need to do something? Or can the mimic just do all the work for me? So let's see. No, wait. I know what I did. We want this situation here. Ish, something like that. Not exactly. That's not right. There we go. It's gotta take care of all those, hopefully. There we go, one down. So the problem is I don't really know where here it is that I'm actually supposed to need a time clone for. So instead I'm just sort of blindly using the mimic for everything for the moment. Because it seems to work. Alright, there we go. Aligned him better. Get rid of that. You always have to be very careful with time clone placement, just in general. Doubles are always a good source of, oh, you weren't supposed to be able to do that, situations. Okay, that's better. Now he's in this room, and I want him to go kill the next queen, so we're making some kind of progress here. There we go. One more queen dead. Okay. Alright, that's probably what you need the time clone for at some point. Okay. So... So as far as I can tell, I could have just done that with regular Beethro and had Time Clone standing around somewhere forever until he did that. I'm just not gonna bother, because that was a lot of things I was doing. Let's just see what's to the north instead. Or, you know, I like this level fine. I like all the levels okay, I think, that I saw today, but let's move on to a different hold. I've been on this one forever. So, a collection of constant room templates by Patrick. In August 2004, I released a challenge to master architects, challenging them to build as many rooms as possible that have the same room template. These are the results combined into one handy hold. Deja Vu the Entrance. This is a King Dugan's Dungeon probably contest compilation before they started calling them that. 21 different rooms in 4 different sets. Can you handle them all? Probably not. Doom's first and Brian's second hold. Okay. Because Doom's hold has a specific start position, it has been placed on Idi's own level. This is the last hold you will be doing, so you must complete the others before entering? Why? That doesn't make any sense. Deja vu, it seems so familiar. Well, it doesn't, because I haven't seen any of this before. Get a good look at this room. It is the frame on which the other rooms are built. Okay. So is there some reason not to kill the roach? On the other hand, don't bother studying this room. You see versions of it 4 more times. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to this version. Here's a bunch of roaches we threw into the room, because roaches are fun, and brains are fun, right? Brains and roaches. We put lots of brains and roaches in our room. What's this say? This room is Storm Shelter 1 West from my Hold Smith basement. Okay. Why? What? I'm mildly confused because it's from this hold, isn't it? Like, it's from this hold. It's not from some other hold, it's from this hold. Why would you... Isn't there a rule against using the same thing for multiple holds? Or, like, having identical room to another hold, which presumably includes your own? I mean, sure, this may predate that rule, but that rule seems pretty common sense obvious, right? Why would you include a room in a hold that's already another room in another hold, identical to another room in another hold? I'm just confused. Here's lots of roaches, by the way. Hope you like lots of roaches. Just all the roaches we could possibly fit. Every single one of them. I'm gonna have a trapdoors to kill soon, too. In the HA rules, there's something that's like, don't make a puzzle that's exactly identical to another puzzle, basically. It has come up once or twice, I think, just completely by accident, because someone came up with something very similar to something someone else did at some point, or something like that. Uh-oh. I better be facing a different direction. I don't want to face that way. How about... Okay, how about I get rid of these guys first? Oh, is it? I thought it was that you couldn't be exactly the same puzzle or something like that. Or like at least a guideline that says you're not supposed to make a puzzle that's just identical to someone else's puzzle or something. I could have sworn there was something like that. This is not the most fun room I've ever played. And getting to see the other rooms is, for some stupid reason, contingent on finishing this room. I can't imagine why you would ever want to set things up that way. Now I've trapped the Mimic in the corner and I'm stuck and I hate this. I'm leaving. I'm gonna check the other rooms. Not doing it. Maybe Doom's version is good because Doom is generally a really good architect, but let's see Tim's hold. Okay. We are just getting started with that crowd business right away. Bunch of spiders and roaches and tar babies for some reason. Everything that moves like a roach and is essentially a roach in this situation. Probably could have gotten away with just putting all roaches in here too, if you wanted. Maybe one of the versions of this room does that. So when I first came up with the idea of variations, I didn't realize that it was something we already had a term for. That we had this term of constant room variation, constant room template. There's the word. So I just thought I was coming up with something fairly original. I mean, sure, I know King Dugan's Dungeon has something sort of like the idea. Oh, what a pain, this stupid goblin. I hate this goblin. There have been very few goblins that I didn't really just strongly dislike, at least. There, now he's stuck behind a Wraithwing somewhere. Got him. Oh, and there's like a dozen snakes in this room too, because we can't have... These snakes are not a big deal though. I don't know what it is we can't have, but we can't have it. Anyway. That's another snake gone. Another snake gone. Come on, Wraithwings, come kill this snake for me. Thank you. There we go. Not too bad, this one. Why? 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 Just because you can? Because someone told you it was a good idea? Why? I presume it's just because you can. That's my best guess as to why this is. It's not really a very interesting room. You just kind of do whatever it looks like you're capable of doing at any given time. There's no vision tokens, so I don't know when I'm gonna get seen by an eye or not. This is not a very compelling idea for... I mean, I guess you could make a decent puzzle with this, you know, with about one of these eye configurations in one place, instead of them all over the place like this. Well, I know exactly how this room goes. Maybe I should just skip it. I don't really intend on finishing the hold and getting through that blue door anyway. So let's just see what the next one is. Here's Roach Queens. And 4 brains that you can't get to until you kill all the Roach Queens. Here's Roach Queens. It's a horde room. They're all horde rooms. Let's see, what's this one? It's more Roach Queens. It's so many Roach Queens. All the Roach Queens. Roach Queen's warehouse. So spawn like 30 roaches at a time. Here's Tar Mothers. There's only 3 though. It's mostly just going to be a pain to get to the 3rd one. Someone took a cue from the tar babies in the original version of the room, I guess. I can't take 2 steps in this room, so I'm leaving. I understand every room in this set perfectly. Even if I refuse to actually perform them, I understand them perfectly well, what they want. I feel like that's enough in this case. It's just good old-fashioned, early-age horde room design. Put lots and lots of things in the room and hope that one of them is hard enough to be considered a puzzle. I will not say that as if I've never done it myself, but it's not really all that fun, which is why I try not to do it anymore. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I leave this to the viewer, to the interested viewer. Solve this puzzle if you want, I guess. I mean, I'm solving the puzzle of how to get through this room, which is mostly just trial and error, but still. Okay, now this is a tedious room to have to wade my way through every other time. This is a very tedious template overall. I mean, it's really hard to make interesting puzzles within it sometimes. Okay, let's see what's to the south. Secondary hallway. Oh. There's more than 4 of the template things, I guess. Primary hallway. Oh, there's exactly 5? Why couldn't you just make a design that lets you go to 5 things? Oh, whatever. This is a room with arrows and roaches and... ugh. This actually looks kind of interesting. I tried to make something sort of like this once, but it turns out that it's really not that hard. I mean, the roaches are going to maze their way around past the arrows, especially when the arrows are not... I mean... Oh yeah, I forgot that this is just the first of a large number with the same template, so probably much harder later, so let's see what happens. But this is a good way, this template is a good way to strongly encourage a horde room. Maybe even a hit the orbs horde room. Yeah. Oh, okay. Alright. This is my version of the Evil Eye maze from Claythrow Tower. I enforced the eye's ability to navigate the maze by adding force arrows. That's not what force arrows do. They don't enforce things. I'm so confused. Anyway, Claythrow's Tower. I played like 1 or 2 pieces of it, but like this isn't exactly... This is just the same as the previous room, except with a lot more roach-likes. Essentially. Like there's nothing to this. It's just stab all the eyes and don't get walked into. I mean, I guess if you had to navigate this without waking certain eyes or something, but as it stands, it doesn't matter how many eyes you wake or kill, because you have to kill them all anyway. I would say that you more enforce their ability to move through the maze by giving them brains, but I don't know what the original Claythrow's Tower whatever room looks like, so what do I know? It's an eyeball skewer. I'm not sure Force Arrow's interaction with brains was well understood by whoever made this room. It's like, you do realize the Force Arrows make it really... Force Arrows in narrow hallways together make it really, really easy to avoid getting killed by anything this room. Because if you're about to get surrounded, you just walk across a Force hero and suddenly they can't find you anymore. That being said, I'm being an idiot and I've got myself surrounded, so whatever. Good job, me. I'm just, oh, I was gonna say I'm just gonna pass through, but I can't do that because someone put a green door at the end of this room instead of a normal. Even though there's absolutely no difference between walking in here from the west and from the north. You still have the same really tedious room to slog through. Let's just move on. I'm just feeling particularly cavalier about King Dugan's Dungeon concepts of puzzles like this. Not that there aren't great puzzles in some of those, but let's just see what's to the west and then call it a hold check. Patrick's Hold, Gamer Extreme 101. Okay, here's a bunch of eyes. They're actually used in a kind of interesting way, though, as a movement restriction. Like a legitimate movement words. They're actually being used as like a legitimate movement restriction instead of just being smattered all over the place in a giant mess. And they're being used as movement restriction for a horde room, but I mean, there's not a billion roaches coming at me, so maybe it's not so bad. I noticed that there's a goblin and there's a snake, so I guess I'm probably supposed to kill the snake with the goblin at some point. But obviously you want to just save that for whenever you're through doing everything else. I mean, the goblin will be brained, but brain goblins are just unbrained ones when they're close enough, so that doesn't matter either. Okay. So this is more or less, you just kind of clear out all the pathways and make them available one at a time. And eventually you get to a pathway where eventually you clear the whole path and you can do whatever you want again. And this is the original version of the room, so I imagine the later versions add like about 17 more roach queens so that there's so many roaches that you can't actually accomplish anything. That sounds about right. Or like the goblin is really hard to get to, or like he's out already or something. I don't know. I suppose my first priority should really be getting rid of one or both roach queens, so I'm not fighting as many roaches. It's probably a good idea. Chose a bad time to try and kill that queen. Now I can do it. But as opposed to most of the other horde type rooms, this is what I would call kind of engaging so far. Like, you actually have to sort of think about what you're doing a little bit. There's kind of a method to learn about it, I guess. That method is over because I've now killed all the roaches. I've now killed all the queens, so there's no more roaches to worry about. It's just cleaning the rest of the eyes out of this mess. But I figure I gotta give this at least a little bit of a try. So, look at that sneaky broken wall there. It's weird to me that secret walls haven't always existed. It seems like the sort of thing that really fits in well with kind of the King Dugan's Dungeon concept of puzzle design. Like a lot more so than later editions of things does. I don't know. So, now I just need to get this snake to die. There we go. Wait 30 turns. Didn't need to lock the room. Kill the goblin, kill the brain. Finally, this room is done. I'm leaving. Why are these arrows here? What possible reason could you have for putting the arrows here? Okay, there's a billion brains and there are snakes chasing you in this room. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting twist. It's like, don't get eaten by the snakes, Don't get eaten by the snakes, bro. The problem is that the snakes just kill each other. The instant that a snake is in front of a snake, the snake that's behind is just gonna die. It's just gonna kill itself pretty quickly. I mean, I guess mostly this is a matter of don't get Pac-Man by the ghosts, basically. This is Pac-Man. Let's play a different hold. Let's play a different hold. So I'll have done 2.5. Compass Point by Ryan. Welcome to Compass Point. No relation to Entry Point, the southernmost island of the 8th. Dress warm and don't forget to bring your camera. This is Journey to Rooted Hold based. Welcome to Compass Point, the southernmost island of the 8th. Before you and your sightseeing group venture further, we must warn you that we are currently experiencing an infestation. We'd clear it out ourselves, but the frigid cold seems to prevent us from being able to turn around, making the chore that much more dangerous. Worry not, an expert Smite Master has been summoned and we will be returning to regular business hours shortly. Enjoy your stay. Compass Point Disruption of Service Sign. So, I can't turn my sword? I seem to be able to do so. I know, bombs. I think maybe the point is that it's telling me I shouldn't turn my sword more than it's like I can't. What's up with the Master Wall? Isn't that a weird looking Master Wall? I'm confused. How's it supposed to be possible to get up there even when oh, whatever. That's not important, I guess. Let's just go south. I got a Mimic. The Mimic is probably supposed to go here. Yeah, the Mimic's supposed to go there. I'm just gonna try and I'm gonna try to abide by the rules the game seems to have told me about it. Oh no. Oh, I see. In this room, you can't turn your sword because of the Mimic. Alright. Makes sense. Alright. This reminds me a little bit of DRO. I played DRO when it came out, too. It's a different restriction, of course, but it's the same... It follows the same pattern of, like, very much limiting what you're capable of doing and requiring you to sort of figure things out to do them a certain way, I guess, if that makes any sense. Alright, hold on. I don't think we want to let those guys out of the box yet. I think we want to... Oh, okay. I don't have to kill these goblins intelligently or kill the snakes using the goblins. I can just blow them all up. That's good news. You know, if I can survive doing so, like that, and not blow myself up there. You can turn your sword. No, you can't. Never mind. I was gonna say something clever, but you can't actually turn your sword in the way that I thought you could, so. Here there are guards. Guards are not very smart, so they should be easy enough to kill. Eventually. I don't know why there are brains. Are there brains for a reason? Let's see. These orbs just open those straight up, so I don't have to kill the brains using the guards' swords. I just have to survive these guards somehow. Guards aren't really affected by brains as far as I recall. Their movement is already sort of kind of brained in nature. There we go. That's the kind of thing I was after. You can just wait. Or something. I get the other guys to behave? Oh well, one guard is much easier to handle than 3, so... Oops. Thank you, Mr. Guard. Although I guess I shouldn't ask for your help, because you're just a toxic helper. Let's do this instead. Alright, no more smarts. Next, 57th place. So, in addition to the infestation, I would say they have a real problem in this tourist location of deadly bombs everywhere. Deadly bombs. Nothing but deadly bombs everywhere. All over the place. They're very deadly and they're bombs. And they explode. They explode if you touch them. There's fuses all over the place. Apparently entering this area causes you to be on the fuse of a deadly bomb and light it without whether or not you wanted to. I'm just rambling for no reason. We did not want that rattlesnake to get bottled up in there. Come on out, please. I don't know who we is, but... Alright. So, has anyone slain the Slayer in this room? I bet someone has. Despite not being able to turn your sword, someone has probably killed the Slayer in this room. What? Alright. Oh, apparently I got 62nd place tie. There's a demo somewhere that's like, you killed the Slayer and stuff. What's this do? What do I want to do here? Why do I... How do I, What is what? Okay, I think maybe I'm supposed to do this. Then I'm stuck here. Oh. Okay. Oh. That's a character mimic. Was that? I'm so confused. What? What? Well, I beat the hold. I apparently got the secret. I don't understand. Did I do something wrong in this room? How am I supposed to be able to survive this? This is some stupid nonsense. So, okay, no, it's not that. Well, I can do this. I don't know how this helps. This does not help. There's no way to go down the stairs. In theory, if Master Walls worked the way they do not in fact work, then you could, I don't know, use the Master Wall to turn around or something, but this is impossible. There's absolutely no way to do that. And we are having an internet problem again, I see. So, there's absolutely no way to survive walking through this door, walking through this room. And you can't turn around here either. I mean, can do this. This isn't helpful. There's just this weird room with a character mimic doing something that I have absolutely no ability to ever do. So what? The orb shut the doors. The orb shut this door. That doesn't help. That hurts, in fact. Bombs explode before the door shuts. So I can't just protect myself by hitting the orb, for example. Close, obviously. What else would they do? Okay, well, I beat the hold, but the hold is weird and won't count that I beat it, so I'm just gonna say that's good enough for this hold and move on to another one. I don't know if anyone heard that because I said it while the internet was deciding to suck. But yeah, I've beaten the hold. I've beaten this hold because there's no way to do anything more with it. So let's move on. Complication by Ravenel. A hold that can trick you and needs a lot of the orb clicking technique. A lot of the orb clicking technique. He's really a master at it. If there's a trick to this hold, then it's a really stupid trick. So go ahead and tell me. Because, like, this isn't a thing that I could consider a puzzle, much less a good one. Like, I did all of the work and it just doesn't count because this arbitrary thing is here. There's no way to do that. The first room is designed so that you can't exit it facing any other way but south. If you take too long in this room, then the entire room explodes. And that's not enough turns to turn around. See? There's no way to exit this room facing north. There's certainly no way to turn once you enter another room. Let's just move on. Complication, because being complicated is always a good idea. Beethro was sent complicationally complicated. Beethro was sent on a mission to get a jewel in the bottom of the stairs in the mind-blowing house. It took him 2 hours just to get in. Well, what did that have to do? How did it take him 2 hours? Use your skills to figure out this complicated puzzle. Okay then. Yeah. Sure. That's a snake there. We can walk on things to kill the snake stuff. This just looks like a mess, like a newbie's first mess. So complicated. So very complicated. being convoluted is really not a good selling point if you're a hold. It's really not. So is this the getting in the front door that took 2 hours part, or is this a different part after entering the doors? And if so, where are the doors I entered? Or are these the doors? Why are these doors open already? Nothing closes them. Oh, that's dirt floor, so I can just kill that with the decoy. That's good news, because I'm pretty sure this mimic has to do that. And then I'm supposed to do something with these guys. I don't know what. Well, I guess I could always just do that. That'll work. I'm not sure if that's what I'm supposed to have done there, but it works. Oh, I didn't need to use the decoy there, so I was probably supposed to do something else with it. I don't know what. There's too many things in this room. This room is no. Okay, let's see what Confusing Hold is. Confusing Hold by Daniel Blockinger. This hold will confuse you. It's not hard. What about it's not hard? It's is possessive, so that's a not hard has to be. Oh, it's not hard but. So the but of it is not hard. Got it. Well, you will see. If it's supposed to be a contraction, it's IT''s, but if it's supposed to be possessive, it's just ITS. I think I sang that backwards. This floor was built to confuse you. Just play one room after the other and do your choices. There's no more to be said. Not a word, not a word, not a word. Okay, here's some Roach Queens, because Roach Queens exist in the game. Let's use them to build a puzzle involving Roach Queens. Yeah, I guess so. Here's some Roach Queens. What's this? If there is no blue door in front of you, congratulations, you got it. So the thing is, there's always a blue door in front of you, it's just whether it's open or not. So this says air. I could use some air. Air, especially the oxygen in it, keeps everything alive. The problem is that it's not dense enough. It's not dense. What is a not dense enough? What isn't enough to keep you up? You will fall through it and die. This is not a word. Trapdoor puzzle. Trapdoor puzzle. They exist. There are things sometimes you wish you missed. If you don't do something cool with them, they tend to just be tedious. Throwing roaches isn't something cool to do with them. It's just a thing everybody does sometimes. I hope this works. Oops. Oh no, all these brained roaches. Whatever will I do with them besides probably do the wrong thing at the trapdoor puzzle? I think I needed to go south first and then go up through that arc. Like so. This should do just fine. And then we kill like 4 monsters that are down here. Storm? Hurricane. Alright, Storm is nicer than Hurricane. Storm, a mighty power of nature that, or just a strong one. Of the nature, sorry. The nature as opposed to the not nature? I don't know. Where is your storm? I don't own a storm, thank you. If I did, I don't know what I would ever do with it. Here's a bunch of, that's just way too many doors. That is way too many doors. So, what's the deal here? You have to push for... This is an orb puzzle. I refuse. Let's just see what Hurricane looks like. Oh. Whoops. Does it matter? I think it does, but I don't care. What? I didn't read that. I should just restore back and then read it. Kill the Roach Queen. Save, save, save. Hurricane. Hurricane, walk carefully or you're gone. My gone... I have a gone? With the wind. Also be aware of things flying around, such as... Such as what? You're not being very clear about anything. Especially when you're talking about my wind. Or whatever the heck it was. My gone? What? How? I don't have a gone. What are you talking about? I don't own any gons. These things look like the aliens from Toy Story. You know, the alien toy things from the coin grab game? Not coin grab, claw grab. You know the one. They're like, fish are friends, not food. That's the wrong movie. That's the wrong Pixar movie. Anyway, they're all about the claw. There's no claw here, but... Is it trying to imply that mud is carried on the hurricane storm front weather balloon? Only a weather balloon? Not an alien invasion? So I guess by choosing air I've selected trapdoor puzzles and nothing else. Always trapdoor puzzles. Cows? Oh, okay. Cows is supposed to be one of the things, I guess. There's cows and there's dumpsters. Well, I know where this whole... Okay, that's a bit mean. Let's just pick dumpsters and say that there's no reason for it. Dumpsters are very important. You can throw trash inside. Now what do you want to throw inside? You're just tempting me. You're tempting me so hard to answer this hold. What is this room about? Here we can toggle that, we can toggle that. There's like a billion Roach Queens and there's a Mimic. I don't know. I guess I'll just stick the Mimic wherever the heck I want. There's a billion Wubbas too. Snakes just suicide instantly because they're not very good at being snakes in general. Oh, I see. The problem is that you have to stick things into the... Yeah, okay, so I guess the thing I'm supposed to want to put in a dumpster is all these Wubbas, which, sure, I guess. Be sure to recycle your wubbas, though. You can't just be throwing those things away. That's not right. Was the Mimic supposed to be in the opposite side from me? He probably is. Let's just do that. I'm sure that'll be fine. One down. Snake killed himself, as usual. Probably shouldn't make that move. Uh-oh. Snake's gonna kill himself on my face. Well, how about that? I don't know what, but that. How about it? The internet going crazy has just put me in a bit of a bad mood. I don't think I'm being entirely fair to this hold. I mean, it is kind of mediocre, I think, but it's better than I think I'm reacting to it as, if that makes any sense. I think I'm reacting to it the way that I should a much worse hold. Does that make any sense? Purely because my internet decided to be terrible today and not let me stream properly. Or not let me stream as properly as I like. So let's see, we need the Mimic to get out of the place where the Force Arrow is so he won't get himself stuck and he can actually kill everything. No. There we go. Now I can pull him back, kill those three. I'm just going to focus on killing everything the Mimic can kill for now, because it'd be easier if I could get rid of all that worry and then figure out how to do the rest of what I'm doing. There's no particular reason not to open that door. I bet those arrows, those orbs are toggles though. Yes, so the idea is you're supposed to be sticking the wubbas in these dumpsters, I presume. The dumpsters are the things down at the bottom. I wonder if maybe they could have done like a room art thing where they actually made the dumpster room look like a dumpster of some sort, instead of looking like an antenna, which is what it looks like now. Much more like an antenna. Okay, so I might restore and see the cow level just because cow levels, but I'm probably through getting an impression of this hold. A not entirely fair impression, but still an impression. Okay, come on, Mimic. I need you to buckle up. Go south, go north, go east. Go north. I can't go north because there are wubbas in the way. There's always too many wubbas in the way. Fine, I will throw them in the dumpster. Why not? Maybe they'll get incinerated. I heard they died to fire traps and hot tiles alike, so they are weak to fire. If you created a fire element, you would have to, like a custom element that's like a spreading fire that burns briar and everything, like actually burns briar and uses it as more fuel for the fire. It would also have to kill wubbas, because wubbas are demonstrably weak to hot things. And that sounds like a cool element, actually. Like an actual spreading fire that spreads to things and burns things to death. The only problem is you'd have to be, like, a little careful what other things you include for it to make sense. Like, for example, tree-like obstacles. There's no way to remove tree-like obstacles in scripting, so even if you wanted to, you couldn't make a fire that actually burns those. So you'd have to do something else. Paper. 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 What's this say? Barrels. Barrels? Barrels are round things that contain things. What do you like more? That's not a barrel! There are no kegs here. Powder kegs are what barrels are. What's this? Wubbas keep falling on my head. Ra-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. What the ever-loving heck? Why? Why? What? Thanks to the beta testers at Aton's Blondebeard T. Scott. I understand the wubbas are falling on your head. Metal? Dumpster? Sword? Hurricane? Cow. Oh good, I don't have to restore. Let's see what the cow level looks like. Cow. Muh. It gives milk and meat. Milk and meat, huh? And no, not dumpsters, more cows. What? So you have and logistical growth. Cow t plus 1 equals cow t times cow of t times k times s minus cow of t. What other animals do you know? I don't know any animals. They're not like people where you can know them. Small hint, plan your last dropping trapdoor. Plan your last dropping, comma, trapdoor. Like your poop? Alright, sure. Anyway, let's just drop all the trapdoors to the south, because obviously you want to be to the north first. I don't know. You probably just want to try and stick the wubbas in the northern section so you don't get stuck or something. This doesn't look at all like a cow. I'm very disappointed. I wanted cow, like a cow custom element or a cow room art that looks like a cute cow or something. That'd be nice. I mean, I think a custom element is too much to ask for from the kind of hold this is. This is not the kind of hold that has custom elements, really. But like a room art would have been cool. Did I do something wrong? Oh, okay, I see. Alright, I need to kill these roaches first, that's all. Ooh, so hard. I planned my last dropping trapdoor to be one up at the north, so... Fly? Fish. Fly? Fish. Fly fishing. This fish swims around in almost every water-based biotope. What the heck is a biotope? Is that a word? I don't think that's a word. You can also buy fish in order to eat them. How would you like to get your fish? Oh, it's room art. It looks like a fish. Yay. It doesn't look quite as much like a fish as the fish room art that I did once, Fish, but it does look like a fish. I'll give it credit for that. And I think this was prior to Shallow Water introduction. This was, what, a TCB hold? So that's before Shallow Water. Shallow Water makes it much easier to get a fish-like shade of blue. On the map, I mean. Why is this listed as an optional room? Okay, biotope is a word. I wasn't sure because this hold has just had generally terrible spelling and grammar. Like just continually throwing out non-words like THERES. That's not a word. Or talking about my gone. What's my, what? I don't have a gone. What even is a gone? Did you mean gong? I'm being unnecessarily harsh about the grammar and language issues, but I'm still playing this. I think, let's be fair, this is actually an interesting idea. It's like you make a bunch of choices and it determines what path of rooms you go through, and I presume you actually only need to clear one path, because these are all, I'm encountering actually non-required rooms. Which presumably means that you can just clear one path and get to a red door of each element, perhaps. Which is kind of interesting, but... Confusion? It's not really confusing, it's just like a weird quiz game. Like one of those online flash quizzes, like which Harry Potter character hates your guts the most? But like puzzles of sorts between the questions. Such as they are. I think this kind of idea could be used really well. I'm just not sure that the rooms themselves that resulted from this really make a lot of sense, or... Barrel. Paper. barrel? Huh. Alright. So, you actually return to a place when you do a thing. Let's go see what paper is like. Lake, steady, ship, cow, hurricane, sword, dumpster, metal. Well, I want to see, here's dumpster. Let's see what paper looks like. Paper is useful as you can write on it, and very easy, and it's white. Its ghost entity is easy. It's easy inside of its ghost entity. Alright, easy as this room. What do you associate with paper? So paper is apparently really annoying. Like easy but really annoying. I guess this is supposed to represent a paper cut. Like you feel lots of pain, but it's really not hurting you all that much, but it's really slow to heal and just annoying in general. Yeah, this room's like a paper cut, I guess. This room is, we couldn't resist putting in all the tar stuff from other crowd horde thing we possibly could. This is the unpleasant use of tar stuff, where you just have to clear it out, and there's just nothing to it, really. This is what I think the other one feels like to me as well, so... It's a choice between barrel and paper is just a choice between tar stuff and tar stuff. It just feels like a cheat. Modern day I would expect like a choice between barrel and paper to be like a choice between, I don't know, kegs and fuse. Like powder keg based fuse building room and a room where there's a fuse and you have to do something with the fuse to do the things with the fuse. I think that you could make a confusion-like hold that's really, really good if you have good concepts for how to use all of the answers to questions in actual puzzles. Or like at least give some conceptual link between the puzzle in the room and what it supposedly represents. There's nothing about this room that says paper to me. Like if this room said jelly, for example, or tar, or mud, or like blue, like water, or something like that. I don't know. Hi, many-handed back. I almost made a pun. Joke thing. So I was talking about how this hold, it's like a quiz thing where you're asked which of two things you want, and then you get a puzzle that's supposedly based on the one thing that you chose. But it doesn't do a very good job of actually representing the thing that you supposedly chose, I feel. I think a hold like this could be really interesting if you actually made the rooms that result from choosing an answer closely in some way thematically resemble the thing that you answered with. So like if you pick between strawberry and strawberry, blueberry, and what's something green? Grape? Strawberry, blueberry, and grape, then you choose between mud, tar, and gel. That would be an interesting idea. But as it stands, this room itself is just not that great, and most of the rooms have just sort of been okay. I mean, I guess maybe that one trapdoor / orb puzzle might have been engaging, but I didn't want to, because it felt like I was looking at the convolution level again. It's not called that, it's called something else. Complicated? It's a complicated room. It has like 7 billion things in it in one room for some reason. It's just too much for me. Oh boy, it's tar that I can't... Oh, maybe I can... No, I can't cut that tar. All I can do is stem the flow. So I've got tar I can't cut behind me. That's good. I'm gonna finish this room and then I'm just gonna see what the two choices are and what the relation is with them. And then I'm gonna quit, I think. It's pretty close to when I would end this anyway. I've been clearing all the tar all the way through this room because I realized that I would have stuff behind me if I didn't, but actually there's no black door or anything, so I don't have to really do that. Wood, tree. Paper doesn't make me think of either of those things. Paper makes me think of school and doing math, and I have a giant pile of scratch paper of various uses all over the place and everywhere I live, because that's how I think. I think on paper a lot. That's what paper makes me think of. So I'm just going to stand on this checkpoint to represent that paper does not make me think of wood or tree, which, by the way, wood and tree are both basically the same thing. But that's not what paper makes me think of. Whatever. So, today we finished collection. We did some of a collection of constant room templates. I mastered Compass Point for sure. I didn't miss a single thing in Compass Point whatsoever. Complication exists. And then Confusing Hold, which isn't confusing, but it's more like one of those flash quizzes with puzzles, but not great puzzles. If it had great puzzles, then it actually would be an interesting thing to engage with, I think. But anyway, I should actually say what I thought of things. This was I liked these. I liked the levels I played, but I feel like all of maybe half to all of the time clone rooms I played were broken, or maybe they just feel broken because that's what the solution is like. I'm not sure. This is just hordes. There's just hordes everywhere. Hordes, hordes, and here's a room where you have snakes. These were interesting. Being stuck facing one direction, which is south, and only south, was interesting. I just talked about my opinion of this, but so I don't foresee any reason I won't be able to also stream on the 12th. If you see me in chat and I haven't, remind me to upload and update the thread with this and the previous stream, because I've been neglectful of that, but I don't feel like doing it right now. So hopefully internet will continue to grow more stable. Maybe sometime this week I'll go fail at Kingdom Hearts 2 some more, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. I have like 6 videos to upload as individual parts of this because of the stream going in and out, and me forced quitting OBS as a result. That'll be interesting. Expect me to upload like 6 videos for this.